how do I choose between Donald Trump and Eminem? Said nobody. Ever. Over the weekend, Eminem released an album with Trump-hating lyrics called Kamikaze. And the best part of this is that in a move that surprised no one except Eminem, is that the left has actually turned against him and is eating its own. Now, if you guys remember, back in 2017 at the BET Awards, Eminem came out with an anti-Trump freestyle rap, which was pretty lame and got criticized pretty badly there. But in that freestyle, he actually rapped his way out of about half of his supporters, because he said that we had to choose between either Donald Trump or him. And so, like, how do I choose between Donald Trump and Eminem? Said nobody. Ever. I actually used to be a big fan of Eminem, but not so much anymore. And I think that's one of the problems, is that, like, he hasn't realized that his audience is kind of grown up. But I don't know, maybe if he was going to rap about, like, high taxes or something, I'd be like, yeah, I'm so angry about that. I don't know. But no, I mean, Eminem is a self-proclaimed rap god. It's funny because I thought I would take a second to actually look at some of these rap god lyrics, because he's supposed to be a wordsmith. So we can actually look and see what classifies as being, a master level rapper. Summa lumma, dooma lumma. You're assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through to you, I'm superhuman. Okay, so this is supposed to be, like, lyrical genius stuff here at work, right? So we're saying summa lumma dooma lumma, which is just nonsense. And then we're rhyming assuming and human, which is fine. But then we're rhyming human and superhuman, which is just disappointing. Let's see. Innovative, and I'm made of rubber, so that anything you say is ricocheting off of me and it'll glue to you. Okay, so basically he's just saying, like, I'm rubber and you're glue, and whatever you say bounces off of me and sticks to you. And, maybe, like, that was cool when I was in elementary school, but definitely, like, not by middle school. My only advice here is for kids to stay in school and don't drop out, because then you would think that this was like a real insult or some kind of, like, genius level of work. It's really just sad. That Rap God song, though, was not from his latest album. One of the biggest problems with his new album is that when he's not insulting Trump, he's actually attacking the mumble rappers, and they're really just a bunch of young kids. And the problem is that, like, Eminem, I think, is just surrounded by so many yes men that he, like, is just seriously lacking, like, introspection, because everyone's just telling him how great he is all the time. And the thing that he's missing is that when he goes after these kids, is that he is now the old rich white man that's trying to tell the young kids, what to do and what to say, and criticizing their music, which is hilarious because 20 years ago, he was the one who was attacking the old rich white men for trying to tell him what to do, and he's just come full circle. This reminds me of, like, when my grandfather was criticizing the music that I listened to, and he was like, "Oh, you're hip-hopping and bebopping and hip-hop hooray ho," and I was like, "Oh wow, like, Granddad, you're so out of touch. And that's basically how Eminem now comes off. And he also doesn't seem to understand that the more that, like, you know, somebody who is really now, what he's like 50, so he's like old enough to be like these guys, like not only just father, but like in some cases like their grandfather. You know, the more somebody that old attacks music that like young kids like to listen to, the more they want to listen to it. You know, like this is just, you know, this whole thing is just like really sad and pathetic and tired. Yeah, see, the hard candy shell has faded away with age, and Eminem's and the M&M has melted. So in one of the songs on Kamikaze, you know, where he's attacking these young kids, Eminem throws out a line that says, I feel like I want to punch the world in the effing face right now. Now look here, like all this like, you know, crazy rage, anger, you know, and like mommy didn't give me enough hugs and I'm really mad. Like that was cute 20 years ago. When you're still trying to drop lines like that and you're 50, it just comes across as like sad and pathetic and just desperate, which is basically the state of his rap career today. Okay, so now I gotta read you some of this article from the Hollywood Reporter. Oh my gosh, this article is just, woo, scathing, to say the least. Eminem's surprise album Kamikaze is an epic fail. The record is the work of an aging artist trying and failing to remain relevant by acting out. Kamikaze is the album of a confused, middle-aged Marshall Mathers whose style and ethos are at least a decade past their expiration date. The album is a turbulent 45 minutes, and that feels twice as long, and ultimately, it's a big old bummer no matter how you dice it. Okay, and now I'm going to jump ahead to, they're talking about a song on the album called Stepping Stone, and it says, and while his intentions in this song may be good, it runs counter to the violent, toxic, macho nonsense coursing through the rest of the record. Eminem, this is what you get when you side with the radical left. Yes, I'm sure you're, you know, if you, like, I just, like, don't even know what you were thinking when you wanted to get rid of all your Trump supporters. Like, you know how you are, you know what you say, and now all you're gonna get is a bunch of people, like, mad at you and crying about your toxic masculinity. But that's fine. This is now your fan base. Enjoy. It only takes 30 seconds of this album before he raps, I'm about to rape the alphabet. Okay, first of all, I can't even believe that somebody is mad that Eminem said he's about to rape the alphabet. I mean, yes, we must be very serious and make sure we don't return, you know, to the 1800s where it was perfectly okay to rape alphabet letters because this was before alphabet letters had civil rights. Rape culture. So dumb. As a matter of fact, this is so stupid that, like, I almost want to defend Eminem. Almost. This sort of lazy edgelord attitude gets old real fast and pervades the album so much that Justin Vernon has disavowed Fall, his guest spot with Eminem, because Mathers takes shots at other rappers and throws out, they say F and then asterisk GGOT on the track. Oh goodness. And I think actually this is probably what caused most of the anger here, like with this social justice warrior written article. Eminem used the word, I guess the other F word now, you know, the one that's like mean to gay people. And now he's mad that he said this, and I think this is probably why, you know, they've just gone out of their minds on here. Even when he's trying to be woke by criticizing Trump, it falls flat. Partly because he uses slurs like retarded on this record in the same way that Trump weaponizes casual hate. This isn't hashtag resistance music, which, thank goodness, because nobody wants to hear that kind of garbage anyway. This is music for Trump's America. He's reinforcing the most traditional white male American tropes through a classically black medium. Oh my gosh, this guy just accused Eminem of cultural appropriation. This is like too good. And I love the hypocrisy here because like these guys were all in love in 2017 when Eminem was just strictly insulting Donald Trump and, you know, calling him names and trying to insult his wife. That was fine. That was fine. But oh no. Like now, oh gosh, no, now it's a problem. On Kamikaze, he tries to recapture that hashtag resistance magic with barbs like, I empathize with the people this evil serpent sold the dream to that he's deserted. This is telling because in reality, though he often tries to roast Donald Trump, Mather's music is probably consumed as much, if not more, by the right than the left in 2018. I have to stop there because clearly this guy forgot that he said he was drawing in the sand a line, and any friend who's a fan of mine, you know, we had to make a choice between him or Donald Trump. So no, in 2018, this, you know, he's just making music for leftists. You guys have to own this. This is on you if you don't like what he wrote. And also, this is funny here because what they're saying is that, you know, like, he's actually not being militant enough. Like, he's not going after Trump supporters enough because he said that he has a little bit of empathy. And, like, this is just crazy. He's like an enfant terrible who conflates negative attention with acclaim, which aligns him with other seemingly lost middle-aged man-children provocateurs like Louis C.K. Wow. So now they're grouping Eminem in with, you know, like a guy who was like sexually assaulting women. I guess they've also tried to say, you know, so he's as bad as Louis C.K. and now they're saying also that Eminem is as bad as Trump. Like, man, I love it when the left eats its own. It's always hilarious. Always. On Not Alike, Mathers is trying to co-opt Migos style, but it comes off like a dad pulling his back, trying to do an ollie to impress his kids. Ooh. Ooh. This is rough. The technicalities of his rapping style, which is what made him famous in the first place, fundamentally doesn't matter in 2018. His rapping is no more impressive than some middle-aged Hesher shredding Stevie Vai for 40 minutes in Guitar Center. That might have been enough a few decades ago, but technical accuracy is no substitute for having good songs that people want to hear. Oh, I love this. It's odd but telling that Mathers chose to reference the Beastie Boys' License to Ill for the album cover. That Beasties record was notable for its brazen stupidity and chauvinism. And the threesome seemed to be embarrassed by it as they grew older and matured. They went from being rappers who rapped about date rape to the sensitive musicians who wanted to free Tibet. It's not just the right that wants to see Eminem put out to pasture. The left is ready to see it too. And see, this article is exactly why Eminem should not have tried to get rid of half of his audience. Because he decided to try to get rid of the half of the audience that actually, you know, would have supported his freedom of speech. And, you know, wouldn't have gotten, you know, all upset and hurt and, oh my goodness, you know, it's the cultural appropriation, and he's rapping and he's a chauvinist, and he said rape the alphabet and it's rape culture, and oh my goodness, think of the women and the children and the, like, no, but that's not what he wanted. So, I don't know, man. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And you got it. If you like this video, subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I'm Right, from Right Left of Center, and if you're watching, you're probably right too.